money wait until we get that.
What's our sign?
Oh, that's, yeah.
Good evening. My name is Reggie Meadows, campus principal, Pennsbury High School. Welcome to the 77th annual commencement ceremony for Pennsbury High School class of 2025. We will now begin the roll call of graduates with PHS teachers, Mr. Robert Distel and Ms. Karen Brigel.
Seniors, you ready? Oh, come on, seniors, are you ready? Then let's go. Ms. Brigel?
Riley Kupchak.
Cecilia Marie Troiano.
Zaki Ali.
Heba Adelatif.
George Wesley Rittenhouse.
Ivan Agel.
Abigail Elizabeth Bach.
Jason Aguiar.
Lola Monroe Castro.
Andrew Nicholas 80.
Ty Decker.
David 80.
Lily Goldman.
Suleiman Al-Zuabi.
Alexandra Harkowitz.
Felicity Rose Alejandro.
Gwyneth Hoppy.
Omar Al-Jamal.
Toria Porter. Leslie Allen. Rosemary Reeves.
Gabriella Allred.
Tegan Grace Rotella.
Ayla Sophia Alan.
Karina Runton.
Stephanie Alvarado.
Jason Alvarez.
Nida Ayub.
Armagon Alvi.
Janani Babusankar.
Riley Amenhauser.
Richard Daniel Bonfig III.
Omar Amin.
Gari Barrow.
Liana Amrit.
Jaden Basenko.
Aiden Analaustis.
Neha Basil.
Ella Arch.
Mandolin K. Bate.
Rose Argentina.
Jaden Beach.
Brooke Arhodakas.
Kaylin Beckett.
Dylan Aruda.
Derek Henry Bednars.
Armin Azdurian.
Joseph Beitler.
Riley Askey.
Dustin Andrew Bell.
Natalia Avila.
Brett Samuel Bartholomew.
Zoe Benner.
Jacob Boltree.
Olivia Bino.
Samuel John Bortnichuk.
Jacob Berry.
Parker Charles Bowman.
Brielle Bethea. Ethan Bevington.
Christian Boyd Riddle.
Shivani Bott.
Erla Bradham.
Alea Page Bird.
Sarah Bradshaw.
Jake Birkenstam.
Aiden Brambila.
Trevor Jet Black.
Charles Bray.
Sean Daniel Laney.
Ella Rebecca Bray.
Owen Frank Block.
Gabriella Brees Jackson.
Matthew Jacques Bloomer.
Caleb Brielle.
Swathi Badaluri.
Chase Byrne.
Jaden Bright.
Vincent Cachese.
Phoenix Marin Brito.
Ronald Dean Kadick Jr.
James Brooks.
Sienna Marie Camacho.
Jordan Brown.
Alyssa Gabrielle Cancel.
Kima Talisa Brown.
Casey Cannon Rappo.
Jack Brunette.
Allison Capriati.
Tessa Bucci.
Gianna Capriati.
Natalia Bunda.
Jocelyn Caputo.
Fiona Bunnell.
Emily C. Carlin.
Alexander Burns.
Sadie Carlisi.
Bridget Christine Burns.
Molly Carr.
Margaret Burns.
Matthew Carslake.
Tyrus Bush.
Aiden Kaufman.
Kylie Cassidy.
Cheyenne Kaufman.
Billy Kavanaugh.
Rachel Cohen.
Declan Kavanaugh.
Angelina Colon.
Carlo Israel Caesar.
William Comer.
Marcus Chow.
Patrick Conkin.
Gilbert Cheeseman.
Rachel Constantino.
Winnie Chen.
Brielle Cooper.
Jacob Churchray.
Angelo Cortino.
Emily E. Chico.
Grace Constantino.
Zaire Clark.
Simon William Kushu.
Angelina Clayton.
Zariana Crawford.
Sebastian Klutz.
Natalia Correa.
Olivia M. Cohn.
John Fitzwilliam Darrington.
Danny Crozier.
Brian Dolario.
Neve Crowell.
Kaylin Davis.
Ashley Crozier.
Julian Davis.
Lucy Cunliffe.
William Davis.
Tiana Cunningham.
Lucas Davison.
Gianna Curry.
David Anthony Dawkins.
Jonathan Damer.
Matthew K. Dean.
Andrew Dale.
Andrew Degonato Jr.
Nora Daly.
Reed Delarto.
Braden Danbury.
Riley Delaria.
Rachel Daniels.
Scarlett Delaria.
Juliana Dansbury.
Kyle J. DeMott.
Matthew Christopher Darnell.
Kyla Dowling.
Tristan DeMarcus.
Haley Ann Doyle.
Trevor Denler.
Kylie Dressel.
Maxime Deputa.
William Dykey.
Annalyn DeQuental.
Gavin Eccleston.
Kevin DeRosa.
Emily Edwards.
Riley Diamond.
Will Edwards.
Luke Hunter Diesenbrook.
Salma Ali Elanani.
Annalise Grace Dignan.
Adnan Elahari.
McKenna Doan.
Hunter Mark Erasmus.
Zaxon Dobis.
Aiden Armand Erico.
Angela Dolan.
Nicholas Espinoza.
Patrick Dopart.
Nina Sherry Ivan.
Nayama Doriswamy. Vincenzo Gianni Finelli. Ryan Douglas.
Nicholas Fisher.
Jordan Ewart.
Amaya Fletcher.
Ethan Alexander Balco.
Austin Flynn.
Dylan R. Falk.
Abu Fofana.
Juliana Marie Falkovitz.
Aiden Focarelli.
Christopher Fallis.
Joseph Keegan Fondy.
Dorslati Farkarthi.
John Forbes.
Andrew DeWitt Farcio.
River Ford.
Gianna Ferry Craley.
Blessing Forkpaye.
Madison Bale.
Annika Zoe Foundis.
Madison Fedician.
Andrew Faust.
Olia Filiak.
Jason Fowler.
John Finby.
Chase Franchi.
Aubrey Francis.
Harley Gianamore.
Brianna E. Freeling.
Madeline Gilmore.
Braxton Garrick Furness.
Candace Ray Given.
Carter Mack Gabbett.
Jacob Gladstone.
Kaylee Grace Gaffney.
Thomas Gleisner.
Mia Victoria Galarza.
Noam Gold.
Gregory Golansky.
Allison Danielle Goldfarb.
Noah Gannon.
Sydney Lola Goldman.
Diego Garcia Martins.
Jacob Gomez.
Adrielis Garcia.
Luis Gomez.
Jared Gaynor.
Athena Goulet.
Shamar Gaynor.
Matthew Nicholas Goulet.
Julia Jaffard.
Haley Gorham.
Dwayne Gouton.
Everett James Haas.
Grayson Gozum.
Logan Hale.
Yvette Grohl.
Damani Tavi Hall.
Zari Greer.
Shayla Hall.
Cadence Gress Capuano.
Nyla Grace Homburg.
Keegan Gross.
Evie Hans.
Addison Rosales.
Gary John Hilton Hansberry.
Gabrielle Grube.
Gavin Xavier Hansen.
Jack Grumbrecht.
Danielyn Harkins.
James Gugliotta.
Malia Harris.
Max Guillen Ninalaya.
Addison Hartman.
Sophia Gitterman.
Usman Hassan.
Siddharth Ram Gunda.
Irina Haisiuk.
Emily N. Halbein.
Angelina Marie Hill.
Hannah Hawk.
Bradley K. Hill.
Isabella House.
Madeline Hiller.
Evan Timothy Hawks.
Brandon Hirsch.
Kian Hecht.
Dylan Hirsch.
Rhea Hecht.
Melissa Leginsky.
Justin Hines.
Yaya Hobby.
Devin Herbert.
Giovanna Holcomb.
Trent Hurley.
Grace Elizabeth Holmes.
Orlando Joseph Hernandez.
Tyler Hobson.
Daniel Hesterly.
Kristen Hauk.
Ava Hicks.
Abby Marie Hilbert. Sang Alice Powda.
Raymond Heiss.
Danielle C. Johnson.
Samantha Huang.
Griffin Johnson.
Olivia Hutchison.
Thomas Johnson.
Christian Huth.
Trayshawn Johnson.
Victoria V. Quinn.
Zavon Johnson.
Sejal Ijaz.
Devin Jones.
Matthew James Irvin.
Rachel Jones.
Cole Jacobson.
Riley Jones.
Shaden Jahanbini.
Ava Loretta Jordan.
Ashvika Jenga.
Dominic Jovovich.
Anwita Jenga.
Juliana Joyce.
Eric Jean.
Trina Kabashi.
Ambrosia Johnson.
Jotiramai Kadela.
Amina Johnson.
Cade Keaton.
Neil Kalbacker.
Mason Keith.
Jake Cal. They're out. Elizabeth Kennedy.
I'm on.
Ethan Kane.
Aiden Kenny. Liam Alexander Kane. Angelina Kenny.
Trent Kane.
Morgan Lynn Kern.
Arun Kanan.
John W. Ketchum.
Matthew Joseph Canuck.
Angelina Cattell.
Jason Kaplan.
Sanya Khan.
Christopher Karamis.
Malhar Hiron Kutri.
Ella Kasatkin.
Karina Kuhn.
Audrey Bella Kay.
Nora King.
Charles Keeley.
Emerson Cole Loic Keller.
Darius Keating.
Richard James Kratz II.
Demetrius Kirby.
Jocelyn Cruson.
Gianni Kitchens Rodriguez.
Zachary Kubanov.
Olivia Klump.
Corinne Kubler.
Eva Kondos.
Ella Kubler.
Stephen Koob.
Victoria Koltshiva.
George Kurmazoo.
Juliette Labrec.
Dominic Korweck.
Mia Latterman.
Kylie Nicole Cosma.
Charles Leibel.
Mia Cole.
Lilith Landsman.
Bryn Kozlowski.
Kathleen Lott.
Samantha Kravitz.
Angel Lazcano Rodriguez.
Chase Kravitz.
Haley Lemire.
Landon Krieger.
Cameron Linda Luchansky.
Gavin Lankovitz.
Christopher Lynch.
Deanna Nicole Leonard.
Michael Lynott.
Finian Leventhal.
Ethar Maz.
Ryan Leventhal.
Alexander Mayers.
Benjamin Lewandowski.
Nicholas Shane Maillard.
Caitlin Macy Lewis.
Lawrence Makehamson.
Cameron Liebel.
Annette Kaur Molly.
Jamal Lindsay.
Anant Molly.
Gavin Lister.
Caleb Mandrasina.
Angelina Yanos.
Vincent Elias Manny.
Tyler Lotecki.
Charlotte Marcel.
Hannah Victoria Lowry.
Alex Marinov.
Naeem Little.
Shane McCarthy.
Haley Markow.
Ethan McDonald.
Cole Alexander Marsh.
Madison Riley McDowell.
Elizabeth Autumn Martin.
Hunter Samuel McElwain.
Amaris Martinez.
Hannah McGettigan.
Juliana Masari.
Matthew Paul McGinty.
Hope Massey.
Bella McGlinchey.
Jaden Messiah.
Isabel McGlynn.
Timothy Matarese Philpott.
Molly Patricia McGrath.
Aiden Matt.
Alicia McLaughlin. Rocco May. Dylan Meents.
Evan Mead Mazzatelli.
Abigail Majaya.
Aisha Memon.
Jaletzi Melendez.
Dana Louise Marshall.
Philip Millick.
Janelle Menendez.
Benjamin Miller.
Donald Menzies.
Madison Miller.
Crystal Menzies.
Natalie Miller.
Gabrielle Merker.
Ava Millman.
Rena Meshke.
Philip Minton.
Nicole Met.
Andrew Mishler.
Jalen Myers. Gabrielle Mizak. Christian Michael.
Dean Mogadam.
Bashal Mikulowska.
Gianna Molina.
Jacob Melky.
Brianna Janice Monroy.
Carlene Miles.
Robert Montgomery.
Carter Richard Milholland.
Silas Moore.
Madison Moran.
Walker Murray.
Daniel J. Marone.
Molly Madison Murtaugh.
Melissa Maroney.
Aliana Nagata.
Harper McShay Mossman.
Brandon Osmani Navarro Mendoza.
Justin Motzko.
Matthew Nealis.
Jaslyn Moya.
Jacob Neal.
Aaliyah Moy.
Quinn Nelligan.
Andrew Moyer.
Samantha Nestoruk.
Nicole Carol Mucharacho.
Nicholas Robert Newkirk.
Sarah Christine Mudrick.
Jason Nyo.
Zachary Mulhern.
An Nguyen.
Anthony Mungavin.
Devin Nicely.
Nicole Murillo.
Luis Antonio Ocasio.
Delara Noorani.
Lucy Palmieri.
Callan Norris.
Alexander Pantoja.
Jaden Nunez.
Ryan Paolella.
Logan Charles Nungesser.
Cameron Bell Parker.
Miles Oring.
Bukti Naveen Patel.
Jaden M. Ortiz.
Hia Patel.
Margaret Osborne.
Mahek Patel.
Corey Osterhout.
Mahi Patel.
Gavin Oswald.
Rishi Patel.
Elias Wazani Ched.
Yashavsvi Patel.
Ava Pacheco.
Yug Patel.
Jonathan J. Podrowski.
Megan Payton.
Casey Marie Osterhout.
Richard Pazer.
Justin Thomas Peak.
Lawrence O. Phillips, Jr.
Gabriella Rose Pearson.
Princess Phillips.
Antonio Pelham.
Madison Christina Pierce.
Elizabeth Pelkey.
Sydney Pina.
Ariana Perez.
Adam Pinzak.
Elise Sylvia Perez.
Elena Pineda.
Xavier Manuel Perez.
Adriana Piscopo.
Carlos Perez.
Alina Plakcha. Mason Pogosov. Arden Perkins. Sean Pinento.
Judy Perry.
Astrid Portillo.
Landon Preston Pevsner.
Catherine Potgieter.
Jalen Phelps.
Kieran Power Shaw.
Brett Phillips.
Haley Rakowski.
Andrew Prasant.
Mazur Rain Rambam.
Emma Pretcher. Muhammadiso Ramzidanov. Mitchell Primola.
Priya Kishore Rao.
Sophia Profaci.
Nathan Anthony Ray.
James Prokopiak.
Catherine Raymond.
Gianna Prosperi.
Madeline Ray.
Emma Prunty.
Sandy Racinos.
Aiden Timothy Pryor.
Isabella Reeves.
Amora Quill.
Jeremiah Registry.
Connor Quinlan.
Martin Andrew Reed.
Braden Quinn.
Emma Riley.
Sophia Quinn.
Hannah Riley.
Joseph Reiling.
Kenneth George Rogers.
Garrett Ricagno.
Anthony Rodriguez.
Lucas Rhyme.
Brianna Rodriguez.
Jose Revilla.
Broderick Rodriguez.
Lucas John Riccardi.
Chloe Romanic.
Eric Reinheimer.
April Rosbach.
Gunnar Preston Rochelle.
Gabriella Rossi.
Logan Paul Ritz.
Madison Rudloff.
Amelia Riva.
Ryan Costa.
Marcus Roberts.
Anna Rukadzi.
Jalen Robertson.
Vinay Ruparelia.
Amanda Robinson.
Marissa Russell.
Tyler Robinson.
Charles Samuel Russo.
Michael Roccagrande.
Victoria Seibert.
Eric Rusamano.
Benjamin Seidler.
Marufjan Rustamov.
Mason Senlock.
Chloe Salton.
Ayush Shah.
Gianna Salvatore.
Kieran Shaw.
Bianca Illy Santana.
Samantha Shedeker.
Emma Santos.
Daniel Shen.
Christopher Sarver.
Eric Spencer Shepard.
Gabriel Michael Saukenis.
Johnson Shee.
Nicholas Scala.
Carly Shoemaker.
Emma Shearer.
Avalee Hope Shumsky.
Connor Schoenbeck.
Alexander Shutov. Andrew Michael Schools. Sudor Sayel.
Ruth Schwarzkopf.
Olivia Jane Smith.
Carly Cecilia.
Samantha Page Smith.
Victor Simeon.
Victoria Smith.
Riddhi Kaul Singh.
Anthony Snare Franco. Anastasia Skorodinsky.
Daria Skiba.
Josiah Solano.
Juliana Noel Slavinsky.
Madison Riley Sonnen.
Uriah Smart.
Madison Satung.
Ava Smith.
Taylor Elizabeth Spielberger.
Cole Smith.
Elizabeth St. Pierre.
Elizabeth Kayla Smith.
Gianna Stanley.
Helen Smith.
Abigail Stashuk.
Lucas Smith.
Tristan Steinert Cologne.
Michaela Marie Smith.
Abigail Stevenson.
Aiden Stewart.
Liam Sweeney.
Emily Stewart.
Caitlin Noel Swinnerton.
Cody Stewart.
Afshan Syed.
Spencer Stewart.
Ryan Shimlovitz.
Zachary K. Steiner.
Casper Shishko.
Ryan Stoffragan.
Elena Tabadadze.
Avery Stoffragan.
Anthony Michael Taglianetti.
Caroline Stover.
Damian E. Tang.
Kirill Stoinev.
Joseph Tansini.
Savannah Jensen Strandberg.
Neray Temez.
Connor Stubbs. Caden Terabecki. Jacqueline Sullivan.
Lena Thatch.
Amelia Sutherland.
Andrew Lawrence Thaw.
Dorothy Tario.
Shane Treber.
Emma Tennis.
Brandon Matthew Trimble.
Andre Thomas.
Taylor Tropia.
Blake Thomas.
Madeline Trunfio.
Alexandria Thompson.
Gabriella Tasillo.
Gavin Thompson.
Lucas Terry.
Logan Thorne.
David Michael Tyler.
Timothy Terendi.
Jordis Tyndale.
Nathaniel Ullman Titch.
Mackenzie Judith Tyrell.
Callan Toder.
Connor Tyrell.
James Vincent Tolbert.
Adrian Urban.
Peyton Tonkin.
Olivia Lynn Urban.
Julia Townsend.
Diana Orahalis Abad.
Shelby Urien.
Emily Washino.
Christian Valentin.
Luke Wachino.
Savannah Van Doren.
Grace Wajda.
Angel Luis Vargas III.
Gavin Walker.
Jonathan Vazafili.
Bailey Walp.
Ava Velez.
Alex Wang.
Carolyn Venkatesalu.
Elias Ward.
Raymond Calvin Vereen III.
Madison Ward.
Gavin William Visay.
Christian Ware.
Julissa Vickers.
Jason Ware.
Isabella Vietti.
Olivia Warrington.
Nathaniel Valero.
Ryan D. Weber.
Kyle Von Schmidt.
Michael Joseph Von Vital.
Logan Weed.
Casey Romaine Angelita Williams.
Yardane Rivka Weinstein.
Kyrie M. Williams.
Abigail Welch.
Cole Wiltshire.
Grant Wenner.
Zaire Wise.
Cameron Alexis West.
Brianka Wolf Dean.
Sean Westerman.
Luke T. Wolfson.
Jolien Wetherill.
Paige Sloan Workman.
Mark Wheeler.
Wyatt Gordon Workman.
Kyla Whetstone.
Edward L. Wright III.
Trent Whitby.
Sahil Yaftali.
Thomas White.
Kevin Yee.
Olivia Whiteside.
James Yeager.
Matthew Wittes.
Delaney Grace Euro.
Logan Young. Arden Young. Jazir Young. Mason Lee Young. Anthony Zabilski. Elliot Zaleski. Farah Zaman. Savannah Sky Zelenik. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates 2025. I will now bring up Student Body President Riley Kupchak to lead us through the flag of salute. Please remain standing for the Star Spangled Banner and the Pennsbury alma mater.
Okay. Good evening. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to thank our chamber choir, Symphony Orchestra, for their wonderful rendition of Star Spangled Banner and Alma Mater. First of all, I'd like to give a warm Pennsbury welcome to our special guest, Governor Josh Shapiro. We are happy to share this special occasion with the Governor of Pennsylvania. Welcome to Pennsbury. We are elated that you're here with us this evening. I'd also like to acknowledge the school board directors and district administrators that are seated on stage. These individuals put in a tremendous amount of work behind the scenes to make sure everything in the district is functioning smoothly. I'd ask all the school board directors to please stand. I'd ask 4 of our school district administrators to please stand. Thank you for everything you do for the Pennsbury School District. I'd like to bring up our first speaker of the evening, T.R. Kanan, school board member.
Good evening. On behalf of the Pennsbury School Board, it's my great honor to congratulate you, the class of 2025. Tonight is an important milestone, a moment to celebrate all that you have accomplished and all that lies ahead. I also want to congratulate your families and our incredible faculty and staff. This moment belongs to you as well, because you believed in these students, stood beside them, and helped them get to this day. So thank you. Although I have the privilege of speaking to you as a member of the school board, I'm also here as a proud parent. My son Arun is among this graduating class, and through him, I have known many of you and your families. Like all the parents sitting here tonight, I walked the hallways, attended the same events, and cheered for all of you. I feel the same pride and emotion that your parents are feeling right now. So while I'm here as a board member, I'm also here as a proud Pennsbury parent, celebrating right alongside you. Now, it's not every day that the governor of a state comes to a high school graduation. He doesn't go to every school, I think. Right? He's here because you are special, because Pennsbury is special. It speaks volumes about this class, this community, and what you represent. The world needs a lot right now. New ideas, new energy, and new leadership. So I want you to dream big and make history. Dream big and make history. Who says one of you won't be standing in the governor's shoes one day? Who says the next president of the United States isn't sitting right here in the stadium tonight? But as you reach for those big dreams, don't forget the most powerful thing you carry with you, your character and your kindness. This is what will define you. This is what will shape your relationship, your leadership, and your legacy. So I leave you with this simple request. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. So congratulations, class of 2025. We are also proud of you. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, Senior Class President, Rayleigh Kopchak. Right.
Good evening. Good evening, Pennsbury friends, families, staff members, and most importantly, soon-to-be alumni. My name is Rayleigh Kopchak, and for the past year, it has been my true honor to serve the class of 2025 as the president of the student body. As I look out into this crowd of soon-to-be Pennsbury graduates, I see 1,000 of my peers with bright futures ahead of them. I also see 1,000 of my peers who are eager for me to wrap up this speech so that they can get their diplomas and throw their caps. So I promise I'll try to keep this concise. In my time as president, it is safe to say that I have learned my fair share of lessons. In our 4 years here as Pennsbury students, we have experienced ups, downs, and growth as one. They say life is like a movie, and I would like to believe it. I invite you now to take a walk down memory lane with me as I share with you the 4 most important lessons I have learned as a Pennsbury student with a little help from your favorite pop culture moments as well as some Pennsbury ones. Number 1, how to navigate change. In The Perks of Being a Wallflower, when Charlie was pushed out of his comfort zone and forced to explore new experiences, he adapted to the challenge and he found himself in the end. When we entered Pennsbury as freshmen 4 years ago, we did not assume that one of our responsibilities as new high school students would be navigating our way across the icy path, or even now, as seniors, weaving our way through the parking lots to avoid all of the potholes. However, you made it. And no matter how many times you may have tripped over an obstacle in the hallway at East on your way to class, here you sit on Falcon Field, mere minutes away from receiving that diploma that you have worked so hard to achieve. The potholes on the path are not the only obstacles in life you will ever face. However, these Pennsbury deterrents are ones that will prepare you for whatever your life may throw at you. Number 2, how to set aside our personal differences and work together towards a common goal. Similarly to the movie Mean Girls, when Katie Heron broke her spring fling queen crown to give a piece to each of her peers, we learned that sometimes working together towards a common goal is more important than being independent in your own battle. Think about sports night. At the end of the day, it didn't matter that you didn't catch the football first in grab ball, or that your line lost in tug of war. What mattered more was when your team won as a whole and the feeling you were left with. Think about this feeling later on in your life, and remember that sometimes working and winning together as a team is much more rewarding than succeeding on your own. Number 3, how to advocate for things that are meaningful to you. Much like in the movie 10 Things I Hate About You, when Kat Stratford never stopped standing up for her views and challenging the status quo, we learned that standing up for ourselves will never be a bad idea. It's time to recall my personal favorite Pennsbury memories, our various student-organized walkouts. In these moments, we used our voices. Although change from these events may not have been immediate, change nonetheless is better than no change at all. When we use our voices and advocate for what is right, the outcome is extraordinary. Remember these walkouts later on in life, not just when you need a good laugh, but when you feel like your voice is useless. My last and final lesson I will leave you with today is the lesson that has taken me all 4 years of my high school career to learn. Number 4, how to be true to yourself. Similarly to High School Musical, when Troy Bolton chose to pursue basketball and theater instead of listening to his peers on what the cooler option would be, I myself have faced a similar struggle, and I know most of you in the audience have as well. I don't have a funny Pennsbury reference for this lesson, but I do have real-world experience. In the beginning of my high school career, I was worried about pleasing all of my peers. I was worried about everyone's perception of the most minor flaws of mine. I was worried about everyone else except for myself. If you are always working to satisfy others, there will always be one person who is left unsatisfied: yourself. No matter how much you do, it will be too much for one person and too little for another. The best thing you can do in your life is to do what is enough for you. If there is one thing that I ask you to take away from this speech tonight, it is the fact that being accepted by others will never be more important than being accepted by yourself. Please take a moment and reflect on these lessons. In your life, I encourage you to not only listen to the lessons taught to us by our favorite pop culture icons, but also the lessons you have learned in your personal experiences here at Pennsbury High School. These lessons and experiences have helped prepare you for whatever your next step may be. As Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. So, soak in this moment, your last few moments as a senior at Pennsbury High School. The very things you said you would never miss yesterday are the same things you may be nostalgic for tomorrow. Pennsbury, it has truly been an honor to be your president. Congratulations and good luck to the class of 2025. It is my true honor to introduce our next commencement speaker and a friend of mine, Zaki Ali.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Riley. My name is Zaki Ali, and to the class of 2025, congratulations. You know, world-renowned icon, artist, and poet Frank Ocean once said, "Work hard in silence and let your success make the noise." Today, our cheers make just that noise, a reflection of our years of hard work, our growth, and everything we've had to overcome. So, as one of your most successful graduating class from Pennsbury, and in my opinion, one of the best ones yet, congratulations, because we didn't just make it, we made it. Made it through glitchy Wi-Fi, mental breakdowns occasionally, and enough iced coffee to concern the FDA. As we step back from this moment of joy, reflecting on our years of hard work, it's worth wondering about the promises that brought us here. Some were made to others, and others were made quietly to ourselves. They were never a one-size-fits-all, nor were they ever guaranteed to us, but our commitment to them never wavered. So, today, I want to talk about promises, what they mean, how they've shaped us, and how they'll guide us forward. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines the word promise as a statement that tells someone that you will definitely do something, or that something will definitely happen. Over my course in the yearbook, we coined this phrase we like to call this yearbook phenomenon. Every year, students would rush to friends, getting their yearbooks and asking for signatures, writing stuff like, "I'll see you around," "Let's keep in touch," "Make sure to text me back." Oftentimes, though, these promises would fade. Friends that spend study sessions, coffee runs, and endless Instagram reels suddenly start to drift apart. So it makes you wonder, when you say you'll stay this close, do you actually mean it? And will you ever actually go through with it? Though they are small promises, yes, they're still promises. And whether they're kept or broken, they still show us the magnitude even the smallest of commitments can hold. I was told my freshman year that the only person that could guarantee the magnitude of my success was me, myself, and I. Believe it or not, by merely being here today, you fulfill the promise. You've proven to yourself that you can work through difficult times and fight through challenges, whether they be at school, at home, or even on paper. And yes, I mean paper that does have ChatGPT's writing on it. Remember, you all wanted to achieve this moment. And, well, you kinda did. Though we all worked incredibly hard, this school, one we've learned to feel many different things about, gave us the opportunities we so deeply needed. The teachers and staff at Pennsbury High School gave us an unspoken commitment to show up for us, and they kept it, day after day, lesson after lesson. Our administrators worked long hours, weekends and even summers, to build a community rooted in that very same promise that every student deserved an opportunity to shine. Oh, and Boz, you know, Mr. Meadows' beloved dog, he showed us in his own little way that no matter what it is you're going through, it's okay, because in the end, we will always shine through. Every face here today tells a different story. Every hand holds a certificate that not only symbolizes an accomplishment, but also a promise fulfilled. So, as we sit here today, diplomas in hand, future unfolding, I challenge you, never stop making promises. Make them to others, but just as importantly, make them to yourself. Some will be kept, some will be broken, and others will turn into something entirely new. But never let the fear of failure stop you from trying. Have the courage to make promises, the strength to honor them, and the grace to forgive yourselves when you fall short. For our lives aren't built merely by the accomplishments we hold. They're built on the promises we dare to make and the ones we choose to keep. We're not just the graduating class of 2025. We are a world of promises. Young, bold, unfinished, yet beautiful. Wherever life may take you, I hope you remember to always stay loyal to your promises. Thank you, Pennsbury. Thank you, everyone in this crowd. Thank you, Mummy and Baba, and congratulations, class of 2025. At this time, I'd like to introduce our next commencement speaker, one of my good friends, Wesley Rittenhouse.
Good evening, Pennsbury administrators, staff, family, friends, and give it up one more time for my fellow peers. It is a tremendous honor to speak to you today and give some closing remarks on what has been a very memorable 4 years. At first, when writing this speech, I wanted to talk about all of the aspirations that we have for our futures. However, after doing some self-reflection, it occurred to me that while all of us are pursuing either college, a trade, the military, or any other path, most of us still don't know what our future ultimately holds. Throughout our youth, we've been trained to stay in lines for taking attendance, collecting parking passes, for just now receiving our diplomas, and all the way back in kindergarten, for walking in a single-file, orderly fashion wherever we went. It seems like staying within the comfortable confinement of a straightforward line has been a common theme for us here at Pennsbury. If you really think about it, we've all been in one big single-file line, all the way from the hallways of elementary school up until now, as we graduate on Falcon Field. This isn't a bad thing, though. Our families, friends, and teachers have used this time to nurture us, help us traverse the complexities of young adulthood, and prepare us for this day. Even as we explored our own interests, whether that be mathematics, science, the arts, literature, music, athletics, or anything else, we were all in that single-file line, leading us to the destination of graduation, right here, right now. After leaving campus today, it will seem that these secure lines that we've latched onto and put our trust in for the last 12 years will have abruptly ended. Philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "It is not the destination, it is the journey." We've made it to our destination, so now what? If you take anything out of this hopefully not so generic speech, let it be this. Just because you've reached your destination, it does not mean that your journey has ended. Despite the high school chapter of our lines closing, they will continue for the rest of our lives. Only now, we are in complete control to take them wherever we desire. The foundations of our new lines will be built upon the character that we've developed here at Pennsbury. Humility from soul-crushing defeats at sports night. Determination from studying to ace the last test of the semester and raise your grade by maybe a letter. Gratitude from an old hallway aide let you use one of the 2 bathrooms right before they were closed. And kindness from offering a helping hand to a classmate who is struggling with their homework. And then thanking ChatGPT for helping you both solve the problem. Our lines are bound to lead us to success because we will uphold these virtues that have been instilled in us. So, since we don't know what our next destination is, but we have a resounding confidence in our ability to achieve a fulfilling life, I implore you to consider the following before we leave here today. Think not about what you want to be at the end of your line. Rather, think about who you want to be at the end of your line. Career paths are volatile and destined to change, but what should remain constant in your future is your vision of the person you are and the person you aspire to be. For the longest time, we've all been in one single file line, but now we are breaking and fanning apart as we embark upon our various endeavors. Even when you don't know what your next destination is, have faith in your ability to navigate your own line and retain the sense of pride that you have in being a Pennsbury graduate. Thank you, And once again, congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you, Mom and Dad, I love you.
Thank you, Wes. Our next speaker for this evening is a man whose name echoes in vibrance around the country. A man who grew up about an hour from here in Abington Township. Traveling the country, enhancing his experience and knowledge, he dedicates his days to this wonderful state, to each and every one of us. From championing criminal justice reforms as Attorney General, to expanding opportunities in education and mental health, he has never backed away from a challenge. He's shown us that leadership means listening, that progress means perseverance, and that public service is about people, not politics. And for us, the graduating class, the governor's story reminds us that our roots don't define our limits, they strengthen them, that big ideas can come from small towns, that your voice, your drive, your purpose can move mountains. So, as we step into our futures, ready to take risks, ask tough questions, and create a heck of a lot of change, it's my honor to introduce someone who's already walked that path with boldness and heart. Friends, families, faculty, and graduates, it is my distinct honor to introduce to you our Governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro.
Good evening, Pennsbury. Let me say, I think I have the toughest role in this ceremony, speaking after Riley, Zaki, and Wesley. And let me just say, Riley, I love the High School Musical reference. It's an oldie, but a goodie. And I will say to Wesley, when you were quoting Ralph Waldo Emerson about the journey, you could have gone with Hannah Montana and the climb there, but I thought it was just great. And Zaki, thank you for the kind words. I got to say, you all are an impressive group. You have led the way in student government, in the National Honor Society, and represented Pennsbury on the soccer field, on the debate floor, and on your TV screens. This, of course, is an incredible school community, one that gives students like them and all of you an incredible opportunity every single day. So to Mr. Meadows and Superintendent Smith, to the Pennsbury Board of School Directors, thank you for welcoming me here today. To the teachers and the staff of Pennsbury High School, and to the parents and the families and loved ones here today, thank you for everything you do for this community and its students. I also want to make special mention of your state representative and my friend Jim Prokopiak, who is here, whose son is graduating tonight. Jim, thank you for your service. And now, that brings me to the most important group here today, the Pennsbury High School class of 2025. Congratulations, you made it. You know, graduating high school, that's a big deal. And I know it has been quite the journey. You've seen a whole lot of change through your 4 years here at Pennsbury. Back when you started high school, you hadn't walked the path yet to get to classes. You hadn't taken part in what I hear is the best prom anywhere, period. Is this true? Right? You hadn't met the teachers and the counselors that would support you on this journey. And since then, you've watched the world change around you. And while your school and your world changed, so did each and every one of you. Take a second and think about the person you were on that first day in the 9th grade. And now think about who you are today. That is tremendous growth. And I know along the way there have been ups and there have been downs. And I know you're stronger for the journey. You might know that it's customary for the governor of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to speak at one of our many colleges or universities for their graduations. They put on those fancy gowns and they speak to college students. And I will say, while that is a nice tradition, I was purposeful in not doing that this year. Instead, I chose to be here with each and every one of you as you complete your high school journey. And here's why. Because I believe you, the Pennsbury class of 2025, I believe you are key to our future. And I want to take a few moments together before you leave one another and before you go off on your next step of your journey. Understand that you represent 745 of the more than 125,000 students graduating high school all across Pennsylvania right now. I believe, and I think you've seen this to be true over the last 12 years of your school, that a foundation for opportunity in life is a great quality education, no matter your zip code. As your governor, I have worked hard to fix our unconstitutional education system and invested a record amount in our public schools. Let me put that in some real terms for you, because it's not just more money. These administrators and these directors, they focus on that. But for you, it means we could finally hire more mental health counselors here at Pennsbury. It means students like you and all across Pennsylvania now get free breakfast when they go to school, because you shouldn't be forced to learn on an empty stomach. We have literally invested in your success, and I want you to know I believe that is money well spent. And you have more than held up your end of the deal. You studied hard, you tried new things, and you accomplished a ton. And now you're about to continue your journey through life stronger because of that Pennsbury education. Here at Pennsbury, I know there's one path you've all found yourselves walking across on campus. But as you go through life, you'll find that there are many different paths you can take. And hear me on this. There is no wrong path. There is only your path. There are many different avenues to success, and we've got to respect and we've got to support all of them. That's why, during my time as your governor, we've increased our funding for VOTEC and career and technical education and apprenticeships, while also investing to make sure college is more affordable. And you may have heard we're bringing major companies like Amazon right here to Pennsylvania, but more specifically to Falls Township, to build big things again and create new jobs that you and your classmates will have the chance to fill. Now, why do I mention Amazon? Because earlier this week, I announced that Amazon would be investing $20 billion in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to build 2 state-of-the-art data center campuses, including one right here in Falls Township. Understand, that is the largest private sector investment ever in the history of Pennsylvania. And while you might not have realized it, and this is why I raise it, Pennsbury was actually part of that announcement, because we are now creating a new partnership with Amazon and Bucks County Community College to provide training for students who want to learn the skills they'll need to work in one of those data centers on AI in the future. That's on top of the incredible CTE and STEM programs already here that allow students to study everything from mechanical engineering to architecture, woodworking, and I hear even guitar making. In fact, 5% of your classmates here today, about 40 students, are going to take the skills they learned here and go straight into the workforce. Another 9% are going to go to a trade school. 19 of you are going into the military to serve our nation. And I'd like to ask each of you to stand and be recognized for your bravery and your heroism. Thank you for your service to our nation. Thank you. And you know, the rest of you, about 3/4 of you are going to go to college. Each of you, no matter what path you choose, has the opportunity to be successful, thanks in large part to Pennsbury. You know, as your governor, I work hard every day to open up those doors of opportunity so you can walk through, because I deeply believe in your promise. You are our hope. And you know who understands that best? Your teachers and your staff who have been there for you every step of the way, from Mr. Meadows to your teachers like Mrs. Daly and your counselors like Mrs. Krashy and the folks here at Pennsbury. You see, they don't just see money on their balance sheet to educate kids. They don't just see more resources. They see all of you and they pour their hearts into you. Teachers have a true heart for public service. And it is not an easy job, but it is a really important one. And I'll tell you what, I saw that as the son of a teacher from the Philadelphia public school system. I saw that growing up. Teachers give so much to prepare each and every one of you for the future. And I know from your teachers to your mental health professionals, your coaches, your theater directors, your band teachers, they've all lifted you up. And that's before we even get to talk about Boz and his impact on school spirits when I know he visits you with Mr. Meadows. Everyone here, everyone is invested in your success. And it's a total team game here at Pennsbury. And do you know why we all do that? Because we understand that the future of Pennsylvania, the future of this great country, is going to be determined by all of you. And we want you to have the absolute best foundation to build upon. I know we're also grateful for those who join us here on Falcon Field, especially the parents and the grandparents, the friends, the guardians, and the loved ones today who are here to celebrate you. These are the people who have been on this journey with you. They've been there for you after a long day of school to celebrate winning a game or, comfort you after that tough test or make sure you eat in between studying for finals. They've been there for you. They have loved you unconditionally. And I know they see in you the promise of tomorrow as well. So please, students, if I could ask you, rise to your feet and give them a round of applause. Tell the people who love you how much you care about them as they celebrate you here today. Here at Pennsbury, you have carved out your place, you have found your voice and your direction. You already made an important decision in life about what you plan to do next, about what path you will take. And as you go forward, I encourage you to always remember where you came from, the community here that raised you, the wonderful people who are here. I also want you to remember that with this foundation of a Pennsbury education, you have the power and you have the agency to make decisions for yourself. Please hear me on this. I hope you never feel trapped by circumstances, because there's going to be a whole host of people along the way, friends and people at work, people in college. They're going to feed you this daily dose of conventional wisdom. Let me explain what I mean by that. Every day, you're going to have people saying to you, well, you have to do it this way because that's how everybody else is doing it. You have to believe this because that's what everyone else is believing. You have to follow this trend because that's what everybody's doing on TikTok. I encourage you, hear me on this, to drown out those voices that are really just trying to limit you and hold you back. And remember, conventional wisdom, it's never all that wise. If you listen to those voices, it limits your view of the world, and it limits what's possible. And so if you remember only one thing from our time here together, Remember that your governor showed up at your graduation because he gives a damn about you, and he asked you to blaze your own path. He asked you to chart your own course, to follow your own gut, to live your failures, and to find your own successes. I certainly have. Let me tell you a quick story. When I graduated high school, my dream was to go to college, to play on the basketball team, and yes, a short Jewish guy like me could ball back then. I wanted to study pre-med and then become a doctor, or maybe even be good enough to go pro. You can obviously see how well that all turned out for me. I am none of those things. Instead, my freshman year of college, I flunked out of pre-med and got cut from the basketball team. By the way, on the exact same day. But I didn't give up. Instead, what I found was a passion for service that's actually guided my life ever since. I definitely didn't know that day I flunked pre-med and got cut from the basketball team that I was going to be governor. In fact, that day I had a whole lot of people in my ear telling me what I ought to do. But I trusted my own gut, which was to help and serve others. I tried to blaze my own trail. Because sometimes when your path takes that unexpected turn, it's just the first step toward an even more incredible opportunity ahead. There are so many paths to success, and your path in life won't match anyone else's because it will be uniquely yours. Here at Pennsbury, I know you're not strangers to charting your own course to success. In addition to learning math and science and English, you've learned what it means to be part of a strong community that believes in you. So hold on to that Falcon pride going forward. Remember the family members, the friends, the teachers who helped lay the foundation for the path that you're on now. And when things get tough, when you're confronted with a new challenge in life, remember that you have the freedom to chart your own course. And thanks to your education here at Pennsbury, you have the opportunity to succeed. Congratulations, Pennsbury class of 2025. May God bless you and lift you up and carry you forward. I wish you the very best.
Good evening. For those following along in the program, my name is Tom Smith. I'm the proud superintendent of the Pennsbury School District. We're almost there, so just stick with us. Graduates, my role this evening is a small but meaningful one. It's to officially certify that you have met all the requirements to graduate from the Pennsbury High School. Before I do, I ask you just to take a moment to reflect on your journey. Pennsbury is a very special place, defined not by rich traditions, but by a community that deeply believes in the power of education. Think about how many of your parents and grandparents decided to return back to Pennsbury to raise you. That's something that's very special, and it doesn't happen in other places. I also ask you to think about the friendships you've built, the mentors who have guided you, the neighborhoods that have raised you. All have helped shape the person you are today. In just a few moments, you won't be a graduate, you'll be an alumnus of Pennsbury High School. And there's only one place that will forever call you home, and that is the Pennsbury High School class of 2025. And now, the official proclamation. By the power vested in me by the Pennsbury Board of Directors, the state of Pennsylvania, I guess the governor, I accept the recommendation of Principal Reggie Meadows to certify that the students of the Pennsbury High School graduating class of 2025 have completed the prescribed curriculum and met the necessary requirements to obtain the Pennsylvania High School diploma. You are entitled to all the rights and privileges that accompany this honor. And graduates, congratulations, good luck, be safe, and I turn it over to Mr. Meadows for the closing.
Since I'm the final speaker, I want to remind graduates and families that we need all graduates to exit Falcon Field after the ceremony. Families cannot come on to Falcon Field. We are trying our best to preserve the turf for future graduations, and I thank you for your cooperation. This evening, as you leave graduation and begin a new chapter in your life, I want to remind you that the staff of PHS are proud of you and your accomplishments. We will follow your journey and celebrate your successes. You are a Falcon for life, and we hope that you come back to say hello and share your talents with the next generation of Pennsbury graduates. Tonight, we celebrated your achievements, and you earned every bit of this recognition. In the years ahead, you'll chase new goals, new dreams, careers, degrees. I hope you get them, but what will matter even more is who you are along the way. Albert Einstein once said, "Try to become a person of success, but rather try to become a person of value." This means being the kind of person that other people trust, not because of your title, but because of your character. In the halls of Pennsbury, I've seen you grow into leaders, friends, teammates, and problem solvers. I've had conversations with you in classrooms and throughout the campus, and one thing has been clear: you are ready for this challenge. I'm excited for what the future holds for you. Now for the fun part. Graduates, get ready. It is with great pride that I present to you the class of 2025 for graduation. Graduates, please stand. Move your tassels from the right to the left. And now, as the band plays Hail to the Falcons one last time, I present to you the Pennsbury High School class of 2025. Congratulations, graduates.